Alright, hey guys. Today I'm going to be making a piece for this exhibition. Interestingly enough, there was an exhibition maybe 12 or so years ago, and it was based on spheres, and it was one of the first kind of like major exhibitions I was into in like this particular world of wood-turned art. And they're kind of revisiting this concept of spheres, the same organization, and they invited me to, have another piece in this show. The first piece that I made was a piece called Gaia, which was kind of based on the Greek goddess, the Earth Mother kind of thing, and it was a very appropriate piece and a very appropriate form for a sphere, as well as kind of my process. Anyway, fast forward to now, I was thinking kind of a cool counterpoint and a revisiting of that was Luna, which, would be like the moon goddess. But now it dovetails right into, a kind of a sad situation in my life. I had just lost my cat, Luna, right as this exhibition was kind of coming into existence. And I decided that, to pay tribute to her, I would make a piece kind of specifically for the exhibition, kind of in her memory. She was a great cat. She liked snacks. And so I'm going to, make kind of not a portrait, but a piece in kind of a loving memory of her, and that will go down in, posterity in this exhibition. The way that I like to kind of shape a profile, instead of saying, okay, well, this is going to be my depth, and I assess, how deep that is, and cut that part that deep, and then kind of go from those points to points. I like to think about it like cutting the layers off of an onion. So I'll get essentially what profile I'm looking for right from jump, and then I'll just continue like just peeling off like layer after layer after layer as I go down to where I'm at. And I also think that doing it that way gives me a little bit of time to nudge the shape a little bit closer perhaps to what I want, or what I don't want. If you can take a look and see as this piece is spinning how there's like this hard kind of center line in the middle of the form, and then there's this more ghostly image on the outside. What that is showing you is kind of the top profile, which is this, versus what is the bottom profile. And really, it just lets you know while the piece is spinning where it is exactly that you're cutting and what it is that you don't want to cut. So it's kind of, I still turn the lathe off a lot to give it a look, but you can gather a lot of information actually just watching the shape spin, and with a little bit of practice and a little bit of informed looking, you can gather a lot of information that way. One kind of cool thing about a wood lathe and doing that I've learned about this process is, so the lathe was designed to do 360 degree symmetry. So everything that is, you line it up, you essentially cut a line, that line is transcribed all the way around to form 360 degrees. Perfect symmetry. But what I found as using it as a carving machine, it does a really nice job of kind of assisting a human hand create bilateral symmetry. Because if you line your centers up, in a similar orientation, or so if this cut just here that went completely perpendicular to what I was cutting. So I was dealing here and I was dealing here, and the center line is through here. On both sides, as long as I make a similar line, how it is cut through 3 dimensions is going to be exactly the same. Once it's set up, the way it cuts, like the path that it's going to cut, is completely indifferent to my movements. Other than the line, the way that line is then carried through spaces, it is determined. So, like I said, so matching that line and matching that line, I just have to make that cut and that cut, and then it carries it through in a very similar way on both sides. Now here, it's not going to be lined up just through a center line. We'll have like a pair of centers. And as long as we make those centers at a similar place throughout the form, again, it's going to help us assist. It's going to help assist us achieve a look of bilateral symmetry. And the really cool part about it is the way that this machine cuts. It's like there's this like unnaturalness to it because it is these perfect arcs. There's nothing human about them. But because I'm still kind of dictating the lines that that those arcs follow, there's something not exactly perfect and machine made to it. So it's this nice cross section of naturalness and organicness meets something very industrial and mechanical, and it just ends up giving a very unusual look.